speaking of terrible people, Elizabeth Warren, who is a crazy socialist from Massachusetts, she went on the View. There we go. Content advisory warning. What you're about to see is pure bullshit. Elizabeth Warren went on The View, and we showed you this video yesterday of Lindsey Granger. She is a guest host, so I guess she's testing out to see if she can be the conservative on The View, because obviously you have to have 4 liberals and 1 conservative, because that's a fair makeup of America. And Lindsey Granger, who's spectacular, and I want to get her on the show, she just wrecked Sunny Hostin yesterday when Sunny Hostin basically said, you know, you can't have black Republicans. Like, it's just so awful and racist by Sunny Hostin and Joy and the rest of the clowns. But anyway, Elizabeth Warren was on yesterday and talking about student loan debt, and Lindsey Granger made a great point. Hey, what about all the people that have worked and busted their butts to pay off their student loans?
I mean, you've been fiercely advocating for the president to cancel student loan debts, but really only 13% of Americans even have federal student loan debt. So is this really the best way to reach most voters? And also, what do you say to someone like me who worked 2 jobs for a decade to pay off all their student loans, just finished? Where do I sign up for reimbursement?
So let's start out with who has student loans today. About 40% of the folks with student loans don't have a college diploma. They're folks who tried.
Yeah.
They're folks who tried and life happened. Pregnancies, they were already working 2 jobs and lost one of them. Mom got sick, family had to move somewhere else. And now they earn what a high school grad earns, and they're trying to pay off college level debt. And it is crushing their bones.
Okay, first off, could someone possibly come off as more inauthentic, right? Like, so the folks. She didn't answer the question at all. The question was, hey, what about someone like me who busted my butt, who worked 2 jobs to pay off my debt? You're going to take care of me? You're going to pay me back for all that? And then what Elizabeth Warren does there is standard leftist 101. She makes up sort of an imaginary situation about these people, and she's playing to your emotion. Now, we might be able to figure out some ways to help some of those people. I'm actually not completely against some of that. But I would also say that maybe not everyone has to go to 4-year universities. Maybe you should go to trade school. Maybe you should learn things outside of the university system and give a little power back to yourself and not go $100,000 into debt to have a 4-year degree in lesbian archery, to then not have any skills and also been taught that America's evil the entire time and everything else. So Elizabeth Warren has no answers for anything other than we, the government, want more of your money to pay off other people's problems. And it's just bullshit, and nobody buys it anymore. And that's why she comes off as so, what is Elizabeth Warren always, she always comes off as the sort of librarian who is holier than thou, and she really cares about everybody more than you. By the way, her kids, even though she's a big proponent of public schools, her kids went to private school. She also pretended to be a Native American to get a job. I mean, these are horrible people. But what do they have? They have their holier than thou attitude, and these folks, and I really care about these folks, or they have their crazy outrage, which, remember, we had the video the other day. She's very angry about abortion. She wants as many dead babies as possible.
I've never seen you so angry. You seem to be...
This is what the Republicans have been working toward this day.
Angling for decades now, and we are going to fight back.
They've become the party of tyrants and big government losers. So the rest of us have to be the party, and I don't mean political party. We should be an actual party with music and drinking and fun and happiness and smiles of free people that agree that humanity is a little bit messy, or that all we're going to do is create the conditions so that you might have a chance to live the life that you want to live.